It doesn't matter much if the word family is used in a corporate or startup setting or a remote hybrid or in-person context. People just run the other way from this workplace description. And why is that? Well, in this video, let's talk about the 3 reasons why describing work as family can backfire, and an alternative option to describe your work culture, and one foolproof way to help your team practice positive values at work. Well, are you ready? Let's go. Businesses can promote themselves as a family as much as they want, but using the word family becomes almost cultish, especially in corporate settings. And here are the 3 reasons why. Number 1 is forced bonding. In formal business settings, using the word family might mean you're expected or forced to accept someone you don't like, someone who doesn't display your company's core values, or worse, to bond with them for the sake of team spirit. It's different in families where you're expected to stick together. You can't just let your family go at the drop of a hat, because for better or worse, you get to keep them forever. But when it comes to work, if someone doesn't have the right core values or isn't a good fit for your company, then you simply have to let them go, especially if they don't perform well or if they have a bad attitude. They just don't belong in your team, and the best thing to do is to let them find other opportunities. And you can't exactly do that in a family. When we use this word to describe work connections, we might unconsciously endorse the idea that our staff should always stick with us and our business, even though the arrangement isn't good for either party anymore, even when it becomes toxic. This may also be part of the reason why so many corporate workers stick with their 9 to 5, even though they clearly hate it. Reason number 2, it's words without action. Other businesses probably aren't doing a good job of letting people know their boss cares about them. It's one thing to say you care and another thing to actually make people feel you care. That's why work family quotes just won't cut it in business. It has to be backed by action. If team members don't feel appreciated, using the word family just becomes an empty promise. Here's how I know. At Outsourcing Angel, we're very proud to have a strong work culture, even though we're 100% remote. This is partly thanks to our management team. They constantly do things they don't have to do so they can show the staff that they care. For example, instantly approved leaves, medical benefits, above industry wages, making time for someone who needs help with a task, virtual parties, paid company trips, or even just asking random questions about someone's day for an icebreaker. These are things bosses don't have to do, but that's what my management team does, and it makes each staff member feel really looked after, and that creates a ripple effect of them making the rest of the team feel looked after too, creating a space for trust and openness in conversations and self-improvement. So businesses can say, oh yeah, we're a family all they want, but if team members don't feel seen, heard, and taken care of, expecting them to step up will only lead to disappointment. And that's where conflicts might begin. Reason number 3, baggage and family trauma. Family trauma is a serious issue, one that needs to be accounted for when we're choosing words to describe our work culture. If people have been badly hurt before, whether by family members or by another company that used the term family and treated them horribly, they might carry that baggage with them to your workplace. And I'm pretty sure you don't want that either. Because of this, your team members might adopt an I don't need a family, I just need myself attitude. And how will you foster innovation without collaboration in your team? So if the word family is so bad, what are the alternatives to describe work culture? Now, you don't have to agree with us, but here's what we think. At Outsourcing Angel, we also used the word family in the past to describe our working relationships. Before creating this video, my marketing staff even asked the entire admin team what they felt about the word family and whether using it to describe our company culture was a good thing. The thread went on, but the theme was basically the same. We do feel a sense of security, warmth, and care at work with each other, and family seemed like a good word to capture that. But because of the 3 reasons we talked about earlier, we tried to come up with alternatives to the word family. So here's another option you can try to describe your work culture. It is championship team. Lots of books out there talk about championship teams, where groups do their best for each other but expect you to pull your own weight at the same time. There's no room for a slacker, unlike in a family. If your brother's a bit of a slacker on some days, he's still your brother. Championship teams, on the other hand, have their eye on the goal. They push each other to do their best, contribute value, and work together to win the game. They smash KPIs, beat the competition, and set new goals. A championship team could function in the same way as a sports team, with everyone playing different positions and roles to achieve the ultimate goal. And we believe it's a great fit to describe how we relate to each other as Outsourcing Angel. We help each other as much as we can and accept our differences. This is extremely important for a 100% remote company with team members from across the world, from Australia, Philippines, Singapore, Vietnam, Indonesia, and more. But at the same time, we're not afraid to question and challenge each other. Even families have debates and arguments. And the thing is, some families avoid these difficult discussions because they can cause estrangement, division, and other negative outcomes and feelings. But in a work setting, having these types of discussions is good, and that's what a championship team can do. We can ask questions, hold each other accountable, and motivate each other to step up because everyone needs to contribute. Because it's not about how many tasks one person does versus another. Championship teams wouldn't compete among themselves. Everyone is different and has their own sets of skills, strengths, and weaknesses. Of course, people change over time, and this is where it gets even more interesting. We think a championship team doesn't just accept who you are today, they accept and help you become who you're going to be tomorrow and in the future. So now you have the other words to describe your workplace instead of family. What's the final step? Now you have to make sure your team puts those words into action so that your business can achieve breakthroughs. One foolproof way to do this is to have systems and processes in place that incorporate your work values. So if a team member displays any one of your core ethos, if they show initiative or demonstrate a willingness to improve, for example, then a simple rewards point system can help you give shout outs, tangible rewards, and appreciation for their efforts. Better yet, you can have a system or process that lets you specify what efforts they made and that can be put in a company-wide shout out along with some points for their work. We have this very system at Outsourcing Angel called Karma Bot. It's a very simple automation on Slack. If you're handling a remote team, I highly recommend you check it out. Now, if you have a system like this in place, you can give points to every team member that does excellent work. Not only will they feel validated, but other team members might be motivated to step up and improve their game too. You'll have a championship team in no time. Now, if you want more tips and tricks about work culture and remote team practices, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking to scale your business with the right tech, process, and virtual support, simply go to outsourcingangel.com/discovery and our energetic team will be in touch with you very soon. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.